So hi, When the Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
Carlie Hanson.
and we're just gonna ask her some questions today about her new EP, Too Late to Cry. So congrats on that. By the way, how do you feel about the response to it so far?
I feel so good. I'm relieved that it's finally out. I feel like I've been sitting on these songs for like forever, and it was just a longer process to get it out because I recently signed to a new label. So things just like, take time to like, oh, we need to,
Moving
make a
parts.
whole plan. Yes.
Yeah.
And instead of like me just being independent, it was super easy to just be like, I want to get this out. I want to, but yeah, there's pros and cons to both things. But yeah, so I'm glad it's out. It's finally here. And I'm kind of just ready to move on, even though my team's like, you still need to like promote it.
Yeah, you got to continue to think about it. But I'm curious,
Long cycle.
how long have you been working on this? Like, can we get rough time frames of like when the writing process kind of started, when you had the masters in hand, just to kind of get an idea?
Gosh, it's been like I want to say 2 years,
Damn.
and yeah, is it two? I think that's about how long it's been, maybe even longer. Like the song "Baby," I feel like I've had for like my whole life, but no, I'm kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was like 2 years, and there was just so much going on with like because I wanted to like, be independent and just keep like, doing my own thing. But this really great opportunity came along with working with Fearless Records, which is a new thing. But yeah, so yeah, there was just a lot of like in between things that kind of slowed down the process of like, getting it out into the world. And then yeah, and also just I wanted to take time too with there was a song on the project covering faces that I kind of wanted to like take my time with promoting, and to this day I'm still like trying to milk it as much as I can, which I think a lot of artists are like scared to do that. I think, at least from my perspective, I feel like people are just like, oh, here's my one song, it just came out, I'll promote it for like a week, and then they move on just because
Mhm.
that's how the social media is nowadays. So I feel like I've in a way tried to just milk it as much as I can now because I think these songs are good and I don't want them to just go away after like a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and of
Yeah.
course, like you're milking it, and your core followers will see every single post. But you're hitting an algorithm. You obviously know all that, but it's something that I artist manage. So the artists say the same thing of like, I don't want to spam my fans. They're going to keep saying the same
Right.
thing. They're going to get tired. But it's hard to understand that. Yes, you have these followers, but the shit doesn't really actually go to them.
Mhm.
Right. And I like felt so for that exact reason, I felt so bad for my core fans, like you said. But my one of my somebody on my team was like, there are still millions of people who don't know your music. So you just have to like remember that. And like if the, fans get annoyed, they shouldn't because they're your real fans.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They're just happy to see you on the timeline.
Mhm.
But the EP is awesome. It is so
It
good.
is incredible. Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
You mentioned, so was the plan to kind of always stay independent, and then Fearless came along with an opportunity that ultimately made sense for you? You weren't label
Kind of.
shopping?
Yeah, kind of, yes. And to be completely transparent, it was hard to be independent, like especially wanting to tour.
Mhm.
It's a lot easier to have a label behind you to get some budget in there. So
Mhm.
there was a part of me that was like, oh my God, I love having this freedom. Like I only really have to like fill my management in on what I'm doing, and they're always gonna back me and they'll give me, some notes here and there about songs or like whatever it is, marketing ideas. But for the most part, it was all just me, and that felt really freeing.
Mhm.
And so that was one thing, like if and when Fearless did come along and offered me this venture, um, I just wanted to make sure that that was going to continue to stay, the thing was
Mhm.
me, just because when I was at Warner, which was honestly a pretty great experience, I really didn't
That's
have
good.
any, I don't have any like crazy horror stories
Mhm.
from being signed to a major label, thank God. But there
Mhm.
definitely was, because it's bigger and, more, just a lot more going on. I feel like they all kind of like, I don't want to say any of this wrong, but there's just a lot more people to answer to, and that was always like just not, my brain would get clouded with like, oh, is this right what I'm doing? Like, oh, should I listen to this? So overall, like when, talking with Fearless, I just wanted to make sure that I was able to keep that, the creativity and like my vision and everything, because I have been able to make this whole EP independently just with my friends, and yeah, so that was really important.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, just like less opinions all around, so that
Right.
your artistic vision is the thing that comes out, not the opinion of 30 people on your team.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it can get so confusing. And like I feel like I had a pretty good vision all the time with like what song I wanted to be released first and what music video I wanted to make. And yeah, it's just a lot when you have to even answer, like talking to like one person is enough for me to be like, fuck, like for me to rethink shit. So like I don't know, yeah, it's a lot, but I'm also grateful that I am in the position that I'm in. So these are small first world problems.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah. So is there any meaning behind the EP title or cover art?
Yes, I love that question. So kind of, I guess with everything we're talking about, Too Late to Cry. Um, I started making this EP shortly after I was dropped from my first record deal. And I think for a while I was like, what the hell? Like this is not what I envisioned. This is not what I imagined for like my career. Like I thought I was going to be working with these people for a lot longer, and just like the empty promises that were kind of made and everything. So I liked Too Late to Cry a lot because it kind of, when I was making the song, I was kind of just like venting and like going like through all these emotions, and you just can't like sulk forever. So that's kind of what I felt like the whole EP became. And yeah, that feeling went hand in hand with like, I'm gonna learn how to produce on my own. I'm gonna like really kind of like I'm gonna show you type, like I'm gonna show you that I can do this. And
Yeah.
there was no bad blood or anything with like that kind of thing. It happens to artists all the time, and it's a normal thing in a long career. So I just kind of had to be like, it's too late to fucking cry. You gotta just get up, keep going, do this yourself, and do it with people that believe in you. And yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
And then the cover art.
Um, like yes and no. I honestly was, well, I knew I wanted to wear a Wisconsin hoodie in the cover art to kind of like say goodbye to the last project, that last era.
Yeah.
So that was a significant thing, but it was really just like an organic shoot, like really just we were just shooting what we thought were cool photos, and then there's no like crazy significance behind it, honestly. I mean, I am sitting in front of the Six Flags like tower thing,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of like a small Easter egg of like saying goodbye to like not kid, but like childhood, like um younger, not childhood, younger me music, just kind of saying goodbye to that and moving on and moving forward. And so yeah, there is significance to it. I don't know. I don't know why I said that. But yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah. And then whatever people want to think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Your own interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for the EP?
Yes. Let's see. A lot of it, so let's see. A lot of it was made in LA with my friends. A lot of the same collaborators that I wrote with for my last album, Wisconsin. And I tried to really be involved in the production process a lot more, but just like playing or producing by myself. Like that's how Covering Faces came about. I was just in my home studio in LA and just found a guitar loop and then built that whole song from that, and then or not the whole song but most of it, and then took it to my friends Gabe and this guy named Grandma. That's his producer name. Awesome name.
That's awesome.
Uh, but yeah, I feel like they all kind of started like that with like little ideas in my room and then taking it to my friends because I love it's like the beginning process of producing. I feel like I'm still somewhat of a beginner and I like don't fully trust myself to drop a song with just my hands on it. So I needed to get those second opinions. But yeah, how many hours I made in a tree house,
Okay.
which is pretty cool in Wisconsin. So that's the
Mm,
only one that I did not make in LA. But yeah, a lot of them were just like very kind of like not too like thought out, I guess is the way. Like a lot of these started with guitar and then I would just do like a one take melody take and then a lot of
mhm,
the words were kind of already there. So it was very just like spur of the moment kind of writing. I feel like in the past I would take way too long to like overthink lyrics and for no reason. And so I tried to just be like less um like annoying to myself and everybody around me with like, yeah,
Yeah.
overthinking.
What was that your approach going into working on this, or did it just kind of happen
Yes.
naturally?
It was my approach. And yeah, I was like, I tried to just trust myself more. Like,
mhm,
yeah, like Too Late to Cry, that song, it was really just the first things that I said. And obviously I had to like tweak little things, but I just kind of went with the first take because I feel like that always ends up being the best anyways.
mhm,
Um, yeah, and my song Baby was pretty much all of that. All of those melodies were tracked first try. I'm like a melody hoe. I just love to like yeah.
Love
yeah.
melodies.
Hell yeah, big fan.
Love melodies.
Mhm,
But yeah, it wasn't like nothing was forced. It was very just like trust yourself.
mhm.
And that kind of goes back to the theme of everything. Like just believe in yourself. Just yeah, don't overthink.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
very organic, like free flowing. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
hell yeah,
Yes. Yes,
wonderful.
yes.
So, what song off the EP took the longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
Mm. What took the longest to write?
Mhm.
Um I think Covering Faces took or no, probably Covering Faces or Baby took the longest to write just because like as much as I was being very like free flowing with it, I still was like um there were I won't lie, there were moments of overthinking. So
Mhm.
Of course. Mm,
we did a second day for both of those songs where we took it back in and like rewrote something in the second verse for both of those songs actually. I don't know what was going on with my second verses at the time, but we had to go back and like tweak something. But yeah, but still it like they all kind of happened super quick other than that. And my favorite song, it changes like every day. But right now I really like Sinking. Sinking is just a vibe. I love the production on that one. It's a little, it makes me feel like summery, which I
mhm.
really need to happen right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. I like Sinking a lot. I like the story behind it. And just a lot of those lyrics I like. Yeah,
All right. Well,
Works.
for this question, I want you to pick your favorite lyric off the EP and tell us the meaning behind it.
okay.
I know there's a lot of words on there.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, favorite lyric? Oh my God. I wish I okay, let me think. This is tough. Well, okay. Okay, I like a few things. Okay, I'll
Okay.
explain.
All right.
I like singing a lot. I like the story, but like lyric, I really like Baby and how it starts. So
Mhm.
the song starts like I'll just sing it. Ready? It's like, look at the lighthouse, look how it hits your eyes, my. It's like painting this picture, right? Of
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
a room setting. And I feel
Mhm.
like I never really do that. I'm never like, and they're kind of simple lyrics there, but that whole first verse of Baby I really like a lot because it's painting this picture of like you're just yeah, whatever you think it is, actually. I'm not going to explain what I think.
Yeah.
But
Just setting the scene and allowing people to then
yes.
paint that picture from then.
Yes, yes. I really like that. And I'm talking about clothes being on the floor and like kind of feels like an isolated setting. And I liked writing that and painting that picture. And yeah,
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
like.
Oh yeah, wonderful. And would you be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating the EP?
My headspace. Mm, I guess I was channeling a lot of that energy of like kind of what I was saying before, where I wanted to prove something to people, past situations, past relationships. So I guess I was kind of channeling that energy of like, yeah, just wanting to prove myself. But I felt pretty confident throughout it all, which I definitely did not feel on past projects. Just I was way more like emo teenager, let's get depressing and that kind of thing. And I didn't really feel that way throughout this project. I felt a lot more, like I said, just confident and like was trying to trust myself more. Um, yeah, yeah. I didn't feel like so emo, let's fucking cry together kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that was a reflection of kind of your maturity and the time in between those projects, or do you think it was the overall process that kind of changed that for you?
Definitely maturing, I think,
Yeah.
which is great to do. I think everybody
Mhm.
Very
should
important.
try it.
For sure. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think there was a lot, especially going through COVID, and that did a number on everybody. And I think everybody had to sit with themselves a lot more. And I think without having gone through that and then writing my next project, Wisconsin, I think throughout all of that, it was a lot of just not just growing up naturally and not naturally going through COVID, but like,
Mhm.
yeah, just growing up and, um, yeah, being alone more
Mhm.
definitely puts a little pressure on you to like think about yourself and yeah. So I think it was a natural process of just maturing that got me to where I am now.
Makes sense.
100%.
Yeah.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to CP for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is workout EP, party EP? What do you personally recommend?
I think, mm, personally, I love a car ride.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Love a car ride, windows down, as long as it's not like 20 degrees out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like windows down, car ride, sunset hour, maybe like some McDonald's fries in the
Mhm.
back seat if it's with a gang of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, an iced coffee and you're set.
Just
And
a
then
vibe.
just a vibe.
Yeah.
Just a
Hell
vibe.
yeah. It's wonderful. All right.
Yeah.
And this one should be super, super quick off top of your head. I want you to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
Oh, okay. The quick 3 words. Guitar, s- uh, nostalgic,
Mhm.
um, confidence.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Damn
yeah.
straight.
All
Damn
right.
straight.
And in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the EP?
Okay, I have said this in other podcasts, but like I just want people to feel a little hope. I
Mm-hmm.
want people to feel like hopeful, like something positive instead of like, sad. Like we need a little hope nowadays. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
More now than
So
ever.
more
Yes.
now than ever. So yeah, I just want people to walk away being like, oh my God, that made me feel like it doesn't have to be a huge thing. Like I just want them to walk away feeling like, oh my God, like I'm gonna go do whatever it is that makes them feel good or like go, I don't know, just something comforting and
Hmm.
inspirational, just something good. Something good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good
Damn
feeling.
straight. Hell yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And are you able to touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments during the creation of the EP, positive or negative?
Okay, this isn't like the creating of a song,
Mhm.
but a standout moment for this life of the EP
Yeah.
was shooting the music video for Covering Faces. I got to go to Japan for the first
Mhm.
time ever and shoot the music video for it there,
Awesome.
Fucking
which
dope.
was insane. Yeah, unforgettable moment, time, week. Yeah, so that was pretty crazy, very, very cool. But like creating the actual songs, I don't know. Like I said, it felt like such an easy process. I don't think I have anything really I guess a negative thing was I did struggle with like, is this song done kind of thing,
Mhm.
Mhm.
which was annoying. Like, Too Late to Cry, I kind of struggled with that because a lot of the production was I was involved. See, this is probably, yeah, I just was like, is this done? Does it need anything else? But I think that's normal. But yeah, I don't know,
Absolutely.
nothing too crazy.
Mhm.
Out of curiosity, like when you're so involved in the production, when do you kind of know it's time to set it to the side and say it's done? Because obviously, when you're involved, you can be as hands on and
Mhm.
continue to tweak it until the second it's
I
out.
guess it's really as simple as just feeling like I have nothing else to add. Like I'm like, I don't know, I don't think I can add any other instrument or vocal thing anywhere. I think sometimes people add too much and it's like a lot, and I don't ever want it to any of my music to feel that way. Um, like overwhelming, I guess. So yeah, I guess you just reach a point of like, I don't know. I think this is it. I think this is all I can bring to the song.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Uh,
That makes sense.
yeah, sometimes I guess it's different with every song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Hell yeah. So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Oh gosh. Ooh, okay. If I have a show that night, that
Mhm.
differs from like if it's an off day.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so
All right.
let's say it's an off day. This will be more fun.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's an off day. I'm probably, which this is probably illegal, but I'm probably gonna get a beer, like
Oh,
a tall boy,
Yeah.
and
okay. Okay.
not drink it in the van or
Of
anything like
course
that.
not.
No.
That would
Why
be
would
I
bad.
would
you? Yeah.
never do that. So it's probably like a tall boy of something and like, ugh, probably like hot Cheetos, maybe some pizza
Mhm.
flavored combos, you know the ones.
Hmm.
Yep.
Um, but maybe if I'm not feeling the alcohol, I might just do like a Red Bull. See, I'm
Ooh.
kind of gross a little bit.
No, Red Bull's fuck. Especially like I
Okay.
like the what watermelon something. I think it's just
Ooh, yes,
watermelon. I really like that one.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a peach one that kind of
Ooh.
rules.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, and then I'll probably buy like a weird trinket because I love trinkets,
Yeah.
like
A
a
little collector's
necklace
item.
or yes, or like a sunglasses, a hat,
Mhm.
can koozie. Love to hoard. I'm a hoarder over here.
You're a collector. You're
Yeah.
a
Yes,
collector.
exactly, exactly. Yes.
And on the topic of food, if your music project was a dish, what dish would it be and why?
Oh my gosh. Who? I have no idea. Maybe like okay, I lied. Maybe like a bowl with so many things, like the rice, the hot Cheetos, the combos. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna
Um,
say a little. My stomach's
I
getting a
was,
little
I was going
queasy
with
thinking
you.
about
I was going with you. I was trying to see the
that.
vision.
um, 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 no, I don't know. I feel like for some reason this EP makes me think of like fruity fruits.
Mhm.
Maybe because
Fruit
I'm gay.
salad.
Um, Yeah, let's do okay, fruit salad, like
Mhm.
the Wiggles,
Yeah.
Shout out the Wiggles.
Shout out the
There we
Wiggles.
go. Let's go with fruit salad for this EP.
All right.
Solid.
And for the last couple questions, going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Oh my God, you guys. Wow.
Heavy
I
hitting
really need to
questions.
think this is an important question. I really need to think.
Yeah.
Okay, give me like 2 seconds. What do I love? What do I love? Okay, I have a few things.
Mhm.
God, this is gonna be really bad off the top of my head. I'm a salmon hoe. Love
Okay.
salmon.
Twin. Mhm.
So it has to be like really, really good though, okay?
Oh yeah.
So let's say really good salmon, maybe cooked by whoever. Anyways, what else we want? This is gonna be so bad. John and Vinny's is if we know John and Vinny's?
No, I do not
John
know
and
of John
Vinny's
or
is a
Vinny.
restaurant in
Mhm.
LA and
Uh-huh.
they serve spicy fusilli pasta.
Ooh,
I
okay.
love so much. So we're gonna do the salmon, spicy fusilli pasta. We're gonna do a medium iced caramel coffee from McDonald's. Don't
Mhm.
ask questions. And we're gonna do for dessert, dark chocolate Hershey's bar.
Ooh.
God, that was a terrible answer, you guys. I wasn't ready for that. But we're just gonna
It's
say that.
authentic. It's off the dome.
Yeah, I'm going with
You
it.
know?
Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yep, and that's all. I'll be full
That's
after that, and then RIP.
Perfect.
damn. Ready to go. Hell yeah.
Gotta go. Gotta
Mhm.
go.
And if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Maybe like a Tony Hawk skate map
Yeah.
or something like that. Or like does anybody play Call of Duty here? No,
Yep.
that would be
Yes.
don't want to. Yeah?
Yep.
Mm.
Maybe like I would live on there's an old map called Kino der Toten from
Mhm.
Zombie. I would live in there. Or I would totally disregard all of this and I would live in the Shameless house from the show Shameless.
All right. The
Yeah.
diversity is
Yeah,
incredible. I
we're
love
really
it.
all over the map there.
I gotta give you all my thoughts.
Cover all the bases. Yeah.
And now I've done best and last question. Every single person that we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
What about a specific shade of blue?
I knew you were gonna ask that,
Yeah.
and then I knew you wouldn't
Great
have an
follow-up.
answer. God, I love all blues. What is maybe like hold on, actually let me look this up quick.
Okay.
Let's
Make
see.
sure you have it properly.
Yeah. I gotta really look. See, I don't know about sky blue. Hold on. Shades of blue. This is really important. Maybe like I want like a darker blue. Maybe like ooh, that's kind of nice. Ooh, cobalt blue.
Ooh, cobalt fucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
All
There's my answer. That was important.
Yeah, it was.
Very important.
So as I said, that's all the questions I have today. Is anything that you would like to plug?
There's something I'd like to ask you guys.
Go ahead.
What's your favorite color?
You can go first. 'Cause you have a
Purple.
whole thing. Oh my God.
I mean,
Yeah.
the whole spiel is it's black, but Glory says that's a shade, not a color. So I go with purple. I dress in all black, but I like the way purple looks. I would never wear it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's
okay.
That's
Okay.
fair. My favorite is bright ass yellow, like this yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes. Hell
Love it.
yes.
Love
All
it.
right, cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
Hell yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Of course. Thank you.
Anything I'd like to plug? That's it. Just your favorite colors.
All right.
Wonderful. All right.
Well, thank you, Sal. It's been Carlie Hanson, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.